Kevin here with Generational Wealth Group, and in this video, I want to show you how, as an aspiring professional trader, and if you're using our system in general, that you can actually test the strategies that you're using or any strategy that you develop, and you can do this actually at no cost. And as a lot of professional traders suggest, the more you back test, not only the more confident you'll be in your trading system, but the more profitable you'll be, and you'll get a better understanding and appreciation for the way the market trends. And I can tell you firsthand that since I've been back testing with the steps I'm going to show you, that it has changed my whole perspective of trading. So in this video, we're going to quickly show you how that you can utilize this service through MetaTrader 4. So hopefully most of you that are listening to this are part of our Generational Wealth Group trading system and in our community, and we want to welcome you. But also, we want you to, initially, the first thing you'll need to do is download the MetaTrader 4 desktop version for JFX. So what you do is go to your JFX login and download the MetaTrader 4 download. It's a desktop application. That's what I have open here. Now, once you have that open, and hopefully you're trading from this as well, or through your phone, but still use this. I know I use it to chart up my trades, and I also still trade on my phone, but you can also enter and exit orders here. So once you actually have the MetaTrader 4 desktop version installed on your laptop, the first thing you want to do is click to View, select View, and you want to go down to Strategy Tester. Okay, now once you do that, you're going to see down here at the bottom, you're going to see some controls which we're going to go through. Now, the second thing you want to do is make sure you're an expert advisor, which is right here, as opposed to indicator. And then the second window here, you want to select moving average, or you can select the MACD sample. I use a moving average because that's the only indicator I really use, if you can say that. I mainly trade with the trendline strategy that we teach in GWG, one of the strategies we teach. Now, the second box, or third box, you want to select what currency pair that you want to backtest. I trade only 4 currency pairs right now, so I'm going to pick one of my currency pairs that I trade weekly or daily, if you will, during the week. And I am going to select UJ, which I think I already had selected there. So US dollar versus Japanese yen. I generally trade on the 4-hour timetable. So I'm going to leave that set. The spread stays at current. And this is just a mock setup as far as the spread, so we're not really concerned about that. But what you want to do here is actually set up trades. And as you'll see, you'll be able to see, based on historical data, what the market will do or has done. And you can, again, trade your strategy with that. So now, this next column, it says model. You want to select control points in that box, okay? And then the only other selection you have is use date. Now, if you just leave that unchecked, it'll go with the last trading session that was live. I'm actually doing this on a Saturday afternoon, so of course the markets are closed. But what I want to do is I want to go back in time a little bit. So I'm going to put a check mark in this box, and I'm going to select a point in time. I'm going to go back a few months. I'm going to go back to the week of May 1st. Through May 5th, okay, that trading week. And of course I had use date selected. Visual mode you want to make selected, and then this little toggle slip, you want to slide this all the way to the left, and I'll explain that in a second. Now once you do that, okay, you're gonna come up here. Actually, I got this too far open here. Let me close this, my terminal. Okay. I'm going to pick my UJ chart here, okay? Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to leave that. You'll see why I didn't do that. Okay, you're going to hit start down here at the bottom. Okay, it's going to bring up another chart. So what you do is right-click on this chart and select templates. Now, if you haven't created templates to trade in, you want to do that. I'm going to select one of my templates, okay? And that'll be the template for UJ, okay? So now this chart is from May of this year. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and chart up my trade. Okay, you see I got some price levels here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually chart this up. I'm going to pause this, and I'm actually going to chart this up. Okay, so we're going to remove these price lines here. I just want to show you how powerful this is. Okay, I'm going to remove those price levels. Okay, now what I'm going to do is analyze this market. The first thing I want to see is the overall trend, if I can determine that. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to zoom in as we teach in GWG, and I can see overall this is an overall uptrend. So what I would normally probably do in this case is I would trade this as a buy. Okay, so just for training purposes, or video purposes, I'm going to go ahead and draw my trend line. And you know what? I'm going to change that to a sell because I can see here now that it's peaked off as far as the buy, and it started to trend down a bit. So I'm going to trade this as a sell. So I'm going to draw my trend line here. If you can't see this, I'll zoom this in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to actually enter this as a sell. As you can see how I'm anticipating it going down as a sell. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mockly put a take profit level here, and I did that with the dotted line and horizontal properties. So the next level of resistance here, I'm going to go right here as my take profit. Now mind you, I'm on the 4-hour chart, so this is a considerable trade, and normally I'm going to actually come down a little more on this. I normally do 30 pip goals. I'm going to go right here for my take profit, okay? And that's on previous support resistance levels. Now, once I have it set up, okay, the trend line, of course, is my actually let me do this. My stop loss would be actually right behind this trend line in an actual trade setup. So I'll turn this to red, as it's actually a stop order, if you will, stop loss order. Okay, so for back testing purposes, this would represent my stop loss. The green dotted line would represent my take profit level. So now all I do is simply hit the play button here and watch this trade go ahead and dictate. Now what you want to do is slide this over just a little bit to speed up the frames, if you would. I go about halfway and watch. As you can see, it tested my level, my trend line, and it actually broke that trend line. So now at this point, what I would do is say, okay, you know, I got stopped out of that trade. That's good though. The lesson in that it was an overall buying move. So now if I would have went as a buy with that, you see, I would have profited. But again, this shows you how powerful that is. So in knowing that now, let's go ahead and turn this around. I'm going to go as a buy now. Okay, I went with should have went with my first analysis and seeing that it's an overall buying trend. Actually, I got several touches as a buy. And remember, we're on the 4-hour chart, so that can be considerable pips. Let me get this right on the candle wick. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reverse this. I'm going to make my stop loss right behind the trend line. And my take profit level, I'm going to put up right up in here somewhere, okay? So and let's see. A little higher than that. Okay, let's actually see if it'll actually go to that level. And I'm going to put my stop loss right behind the previous candle and right below the trend line. That way, if it winds up being a sell, then you know I'm willing to. My risk management is in effect. So let's go ahead and start it again and watch this play out. As you can see, it's continuing. And look at there, I won that trade. Let's pause that. So this would have actually played out. So again, my first analysis was in action, but see how you can develop and get an appreciation for not only your strategy, but the markets in general. So we encourage you to use the backtesting strategy. Reach out to our Facebook group. Contact us by email if you need some help in setting this up. This is Kevin with Generational Wealth Group. We wish you successful trading, and we will see you on the next video.